Good morning and welcome to another fun episode of Daddykirbs Live here on the Daddykirbs farm. What a pleasure for me to be here with you and to have you here with me. Thank you very much. If you're brand new here, I want to tell you that every Saturday is a chance for us to get together and hang out and just chat, carry on conversation, talk about different topics, and just share in community. So thank you. See, that's a problem with doing live. Can't cut that out. Thank you very much for being here with me this morning. Or if you're watching this in replay, whatever time of day it is, thanks for being here. All right, so today, we are going to be chatting about organizing seeds, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story and history of gardening and how I've done it and how we're doing it right now moving forward, and we'll see if this works. But mostly this is just a time for us to hang out and have fun. So before we get started, what I like to do every Saturday is to do the pledge, what we call our pledge, because here on the Daddykirbs farm, we believe that everyone has a story and every story counts. Did you get that? Everyone, including you, has a story, and every story, including yours, counts. Your story counts. So our pledge is that we like to sit up as straight as you can get, put your hand on your chest, and simply say, my story counts because I count. Gave you a little time to do it there. So what that is just a weekly reminder that who you are is important, and that sharing your life, your story with others is important as well. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be a YouTube channel, but it is important for you to understand that you are important, you are valuable, and you have something to offer. All right, so we're going to talk about seeds. I want to give you a little look over here. Little cat in the background. That's Maddie. Hey, sweetie. Good morning. But we're going to chat a little bit about some other things before we get into that seed box. You can also see I have my cornhole board set up on the porch so that we can do that. I was a little bit afraid that it might rain again this morning because it's been a little rainy. It is very muggy right now. It's 72, 73, mid 70s, and wet. And it actually kind of stinks out here. It's so muggy and wet. So it's just one of those somewhat unpleasant mornings. But, the birds are chirping, the ducks are quacking and laughing at us. The cats are having fun on the porch, so we're okay. You getting ready to go take care of the horses? Mm-hmm. Good. All right. We like to say thank you to some folks before we get too heavy into our conversation. And those folks, you for being here, of course, and our moderators. Our moderators are those in the chat that have their name in blue and a little blue wrench. They are here to keep the show family friendly and moving along. So give them a big thank you. Also to our patrons. Those are people who share with their gift of giving. Some people truly do have a gift of giving. They like to share of their resources with others. And so I do have a handful of people that like to share financially with me every month through either Patreon or PayPal, or sometimes even checks in the mail. I'm not asking for any of it, but those of you who choose to give, thank you very much, because you do help in keeping this show running through just so that I can have the resources to have the internet that it takes. The internet is not cheap, especially when you live out in a slightly more country area, and the equipment that I need to keep this show going. So thank you very much for sharing with me. That's much appreciated. Also, I like to say thank you to the companies that we have relationships with. And right now, those companies are Greenstock Gardens. They are a beautifully designed, stackable garden system. If you have limited space or limited mobility, you may want to try out a Greenstock garden and check out my link, because you can also get a little discount using my link and my coupon code. That's usually in the chat. Another company that we have had a fun time with is Kai Tea. We're not giving any away. Maybe we might be in a break. I'm not sure. I need to contact them, but we've had a few months of just loads of fun giving away some tea every week. So I would encourage you to call them, email them, and just say thank you on behalf of Daddykirbs. Let them know that you really appreciated them contributing to that, because I'd like for them to know that that was more than just them sending tea. Like there's a community of people that truly appreciate that. Another company that we are forming a relationship with, got to get in my bag of goodies, and that is Pruitt's Tree Resin. So Pruitt's Tree Resin, can you even see that? It's not going to focus, is it? Oh, no. Anyway, so the tree resin is a product that I've been using daily since I first ordered from them earlier this year. And I use it as a like a topical wound care and also a deodorant, because it is micro, what's all the words? Antimicrobial, whatever. Anyway, it's good stuff. And so I like to use that. So we are going to be giving that away, some of that away through 2020. But right now we're going to get into talking about our seeds, our seed organization. So let me scroll through real quick and see who's here. Let me see if I can go back, not too far back. My goodness, you guys are carrying on. So Tim Huffman, Kate, let's see here, Kilted Gardner, Lily, Fonseca, if I said that right. Let's see here. Sorry, as I scroll, sometimes I get quiet. Sean Schiffer, Doug Bowd, testing 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. I might miss some people. I'm sorry. I'm kind of scrolling through. Trying not to miss as I'm scrolling, but I'm going to miss. That's okay, because I do appreciate each and every one of you, no matter what. Okay, scrolling a little faster. Renellis Suburban, Matt Bollinger. Sorry, I know I'm missing people. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom here, see if I can get caught up. All right. So this morning, I just thought it would be kind of fun to talk about gardening, because I know a lot of times, Tim Turner made it in the house. Good to see you, bud. A lot of gardeners, I know they like to use the winter time to thumb through catalogs and get their seeds ready and get their garden planned out. And we're not really in winter yet, at least I guess some people consider where they are winter because it's already snowy, but winter hasn't officially started. We're still in fall. It's a good time to just start thinking about next spring or a fall winter garden if you're in an area where you can do that. There's still time for me here in Texas to plant some things. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it this year, but this is just one of those things that gardeners like to do. They like to use their downtime to get things ready. So over time, I started out with very small resources. Of course, when you first start gardening, you don't have a lot of things. You don't have tools. You don't have seeds. You don't have a collection. But when I did start to accumulate seeds, I just started putting them in, maybe envelopes or in a box, and that just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, especially since over the years, some of you have been so very kind to share seeds with me. And I have received a lot of packets in the mail with seeds, and I truly appreciate it. I generally ask that you don't send me seeds, because I'm not always a very good steward of those seeds, and I don't want to waste your money and your time. But hey, Sean, with the super sticker, keep it up. That is a really cool feature that YouTube has introduced with those stickers. It's kind of fun to watch. Thank you, Sean, for getting that started. Those are the squirrels. I have totally lost all of the squirrels that I pin on my hat. I know someday I'm going to find them and go, oh yeah, that's where they were. But right now, I totally don't know where they are. And yeah, sorry about that. All right. So the seed boxes and people have storage totes. Maybe they put them in the closet or in their shed where they keep their gardening tools. And for me, I've kept most of them under the bed because that's just a space. And Robert says he didn't take the squirrels. I don't know, Robert. I don't know. I might have to pin that on you. But for me, it's just been a growing collection that I think for a while it was in a shoebox, and then some things spilled over into some others, and then it just got to be such a big collection, really a messy collection, that I never could keep it very organized. So one of the ways, sorry, bumping the camera, one of the ways that I tried for a while, and it was pretty good, was this binder. And the binder has these baseball card holders, and that actually worked pretty well because you can slide packets of seeds down into that, and then you could just flip through your binder and say, oh yeah, okay, we're looking for corn or tomatoes or whatever, and you could get into your binder and find that pretty easily. So I thought that was it. That was the solution. Well, what happened for me was that I ended up getting some seeds in containers that didn't fit, or maybe I had too many seeds to fit in a single pocket or whatever. This became difficult to manage because I couldn't keep up with transferring everything into smaller envelopes and putting them in here and labeling them, and it just became very difficult to manage. So the binder now is retired, and we've gone a different route. And that different route, there's a bit of a story here. Let me show you. Let me turn this around. That story has a bit to do with this box even. Let me show you. So the box itself has an interesting story because this wooden box is an actual seed box that came from a company here in San Antonio. I think it was called the Alamo Seed Company, and they ran a business for like 100 years. I don't know, a long time. And a couple years ago, they went out of business. And so they were liquidating everything from their warehouse. And so I ended up getting several of these wooden boxes, and I drew on it myself. This is my drawing. And I started putting my seeds in this box and sliding it under the bed. It fits perfectly. The challenge with that, as I discovered, that it ended up just being a big, sloppy, messy box of seeds, packets, and containers, and I could never really know what was in there and how to organize it. So every time I pulled the seed box out, I ended up spreading everything out everywhere, making a huge mess on the bedroom floor, and Mama Kirbs was never really in favor of that. So I decided I needed to do something different. I had this idea a while back, but this weekend I had some time and I actually implemented it. So let me share that with you. First of all, in the front here, I have my Clyde's Garden Planner. You guys should take a look at their website and consider getting one for your gardening planning. It helps you know when to plant certain things, when to harvest. So I decided that I was going to split this box up into 12 spaces and make these dividers. So I just got some poster board, and now I have a little envelope, sort of a divider with anything that I might be working with in that month. For example, January. Now here in Texas in January we can plant some things. putting out different greens, cilantro, lettuces, things like that. Maybe starting your onions from seeds at that time indoors. So for January, every time a new month comes around and I want to figure out how I am, what am I going to plant for that month? Well, I just pull out that month, and that way I'm not sorting through hundreds of packets. I'm only sorting through what is applicable to that month. So there's January. Now I did discover, and you guys, I kind of thought about this as I was doing it, but I didn't do anything about this, so now I have to kind of rethink it, and I have a plan. But the challenge is that certain months are more full and other months have nothing in them. But let's go ahead and take a look at February for me. So I can just, when February comes around, I can just pull that out, lay it on the desk, the floor, whatever, and I can take a look. And I can see that, okay, I can plant carrots. I have several packets of carrots. I can start some peas. Let's see, what else can I start? There's more cilantro because I can continue planting cilantro. Beets, kohlrabi. There are different months where I could do some of these things too, but I tried to sort them, spread it out throughout the year as much as I could. And some of the things I would do in the fall, some of the things in the spring. And as this system develops, I may move something from one month to another. But yesterday I just went through and started thinking about, how can I start this? How can I make this a plan and just move forward? So we got more radishes and some mustard greens, some different fodder radish and things like that. More cilantro. This is cilantro that I actually collected my own seeds from. And some of them I can't remember what they are. Like these things. I can't remember what those are. Anybody got an idea? I think it's the seeds. I think it's the seeds from, like maybe it's off of a wild radish or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. I'll probably plant them and figure out what are they. All right, let's see. Let's catch up on some chat here. Oh, Sean with another $2. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Sorry, I got a Facebook notification coming in. Good thing I turned those notification sounds off. All right. Sean, you are very much appreciated as a friend and supporter of the Daddykirbs farm. Let's see here. The seed binder sounds like a great idea for a gift. Yeah. It's a great idea. Let's see. Duncan 1900 Homestead came in. Love that box. Yeah, it is pretty cool. The wooden box, being that it has a history, like I have no idea how old this particular box is, but knowing that it came from a seed company that operated in San Antonio for, I think it was 100 years or near 100 years. I have 2 squirrels. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Ronald. Yeah, Doug, you say you're ashamed of your storage system. Me too. I have been ashamed of my system for a very long time. And one of the ways I know that this might work, because when I was doing it, Mama Kirbs was happy about it. And generally, if she's happy about something I'm doing, it's got a pretty good shot of being a good thing. So this right here will slide under the bed, and like I said, I can pull one envelope out per month, and focus on just that 1 month. And what I need to try not to do though is just fill up every month with hundreds of packets of things that I know I'm not going to plant because I don't have time or space. I need to focus in and just plant what I can get done. Let's see. Kilted Gardener says his is just a messy pile. Been there, buddy. Been there. Let's see here. What do the seeds look? Oh, seeds inside. You're probably talking about these guys right here. That was Country Frau. How do you pronounce F-R-A-U? Okay, let's see. The seeds inside. Let me see if I can show you. They actually, maybe I can just show you through the packet. They're like little paper. There's like 2 seeds per little paper packet. That's not a very good view. There we go. They're in these little paper sheaths of sorts. It's not going to focus. But there's 2, it looks like 2 little seeds stacked in there. Presumably when that opens up, these will be blown in the wind, and each one would settle and have a double chance because there's 2 seeds in there. I think it's off of one of my radish plants or something. I can't remember what they are. Classic. Me too. Often I do these big variety tests every year and then get confused every year. I know. I know. Let's see. Hey, Bandana Grandma. The Nectar Bar. Hey, good morning. I'm horrible with my seed storage and I'm guilty of being somewhat of a seed hoarder. I know. This right here it's too many. But what I'm hoping to do over the years is as I plant things and as we utilize them, so that's the key, things that we are actually utilizing for harvest or that we are putting out for pollinators or whatever, things that we know we're going to use in our area, those are the things I want to collect seeds from and store them for the next season. I would love to get away from buying seeds altogether. I know that's probably not realistic. I'm going to buy seeds, but so let's see. Over here in, where is it? Over here in August, a month that I know is going to have nothing. I put a few things in there, just like tools. And one of those things is I was at the dollar store yesterday, and I found these little 4-inch by 3-inch bags. Let me open it so I can show you. There's 20 of these. It was 20 of these for $1, so that ends up being a nickel a piece. And I thought that was a pretty good investment to get 3 or 4 of these packs and just keep them with my seed storage box. That way, as I start collecting my own seeds, I'll have something to store them in, and they won't be big, bulky envelopes or whatever. Right. Kate's trying to help me pronounce F-R-O-U, and then you say ouch, like ow. Oh, just give me a reference. Okay, Frau. Okay. Stacy has a file cabinet in alphabetical order. That's brilliant. It wouldn't work for me. Some people are they can think like that, but for me, I need to know what do I need now, and alphabetical order doesn't do that for me. Oh, Fro or Frau? I'm just confused now. Anyway, that's right. Thank you so much for being here, Country Frau. Doug says, what are the top 3 oddest, most unique seeds in your collection? Well, let's go through a couple of the months and see. Let me, Alyssa wants a Luke update. Can you see Luke in the window? You can kind of see him in there. He is sitting right now in there on his feeding tube. He's getting his breakfast. The update is really pretty good. He still has a deep cough that we're a little concerned about, and making sure that we're doing everything we can to keep that from settling in and turning into something bad. But the doctors are optimistic. They looked at him before the holiday and said that we do have to stay on top of things because of the potential for that residual stuff in his chest to turn into something bad. But he is sounding and looking good, so it's a positive update. Let's see. Bandana Grandma, I have my mother's flower seeds over 25 years old. Wouldn't it be funny if I got them to germinate? Heck yeah, that would be fun. Ooh, Karen's stuck in a blizzard. No fun. Well, it might be fun for some people. My Norway family sent me a picture and a note saying that they got their first snow, and they are snuggled inside beside a fire, having fun as a family. So that's nice. Frau like eyebrow. Thank you, Bandana Grandma. That helped. I guess that's the same as Kate saying "ow" as in ouch. I got kind of confused. Let's see here. The Nectar Bar. My friend Drake says, go to the jewelry and beading area at Walmart. Those bags come in 100 plus for a couple of dollars. Oh, nice. So my good deal at the dollar store might not have been as good of a deal. Anyway. You don't have to be sorry, country Frau. It's just me. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Michael, for the prayers. Is that because I can't pronounce things or because of Luke? Either way, I appreciate it. Food Forest Permaculture. Good morning, Blake. Inside Kate's Kitchen. Oh, you're just saying hi to everybody. Good morning. And Karen is comfy in the cabin drinking coffee. Good for you. So this morning I had my tea early because Luke gets us up early, and you guys know I gave up coffee a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, but it was a few months ago, I guess. Maybe a year. Anyway, it's been a while. And so I drink tea first thing in the morning because it's just pleasant. And then after that, I start drinking other things. And one of those things is, let me take a drink and I'll tell you. One of those things that helps give me a very healthy boost is, this is my LifeVantage mug here. And one of the products from LifeVantage is Axio. And Axio is a healthy energy boost. It has vitamins and things in it, and I wish I knew all the ingredients off the top of my head, but I don't. But anyway, Axio, I drink 1 or 2 of these a day, and it gives me lots of sustained energy, not like jittery energy, but just basically what it does is it wakes my brain up, and that helps me to stay focused on the task at hand. Imagine that, me staying focused, right? It does happen sometimes, I promise. And yeah, so that's a really nice addition to what I do every day. So check that out if you want to use my LifeVantage link that is often in the chat there, and just go check that product out. One of the things that I like about it is that it is a good way for people who don't want to drink as much coffee, but they need the energy. You can do that. I happen to drink a decaf formula. It also, for people who feel the need to drink energy drinks all day long, which are usually not very healthy, this is just a healthier way to get some of that energy. All right. And cheaper than buying Starbucks coffee all day long. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Food Forest Permaculture says, if it wakes up your brain, I could use some of that. It really does. Okay, let me tell you a little story. I wasn't going to go on and on, but so my brother, months ago, he was going to get started on the same stuff that I take because that relieved my chronic pain. But before he made his order, I sent him some because he's my brother, right? And in that order, I sent some of the Axio, and he sent me a message back saying, I'm not sure about the pills that you sent, because they don't work right away. It takes a little time. But he says, wow, that powder is amazing. And he was referring to Axio. It really woke him up. And he gave up coffee too. And he was literally drinking 20 plus cups a day. Basically, that's all he drank was coffee, 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 coffee. He would have a pot brewing all the time. He works in like contracting. He flips houses. So he would go into all these, like the big box stores where he would buy all the materials for his house flipping, and they would always have coffee there for the contractors, and he would fill up. Anyway, so he quit coffee. Now he's drinking the Axio and loving it. All right, let's look at some more of these seeds that I have going on here. Will it find your brain for you? Yes. No claims to the product, but to me, yes. It is sweetened with stevia, which I like. Some people can't drink that because they're allergic to stevia, which is too bad. But it's just one of those things we all need to be aware. Okay, let's go into, so January and February for me are going to be relatively slow. There's going to be some things going on, but not a lot. So March is going to be a bigger one. March, April, and May are going to be bigger months. That's where most of the stuff is happening. So earlier on, I mentioned that I have a little challenge to overcome. Some months are going to be fuller than others. So what I noticed, and I knew this would be the case, is that July and August here in Texas, nothing. I'm not going to plant anything. Everything's going to die, and we're just going to stay inside and hope that things come back later in the year. They always do. But July and August is hot, and there's nothing there. So what I thought I would do is split March and April in half, and I'll do a early part of March and late part of March, and then do the same thing for April. That way I can keep 12 folders, but the July and August ones are empty, and I can use that space for other things. Because right now it's kind of bunched up here in the beginning, and the middle part is empty. So let's pull out March and see what I have in here. What I have in here right now is just what was in my collection. It's not necessarily what I intend to grow forever moving forward. It's just what I have in my collection. So I ended up with some different beans. March is a good time to start some beans. So I have some long beans. Some of these packets may end up looking familiar to some of you because they are from some of you. Unfortunately, because of my disorganization, I don't I don't know who they're from. I do have, however, a stack of envelopes of people who have sent me things, but because things came out of the envelopes, I can't remember who sent me what. And again, please don't send me seeds, because you guys need to share the seeds in your local area. I don't want to be the reason your seeds go to waste, because I'm not always the best steward of those things. I'm just being honest with you. All right, so we have some beans. We ended up with some corn, some ground cherries. I planted some of those a few times and haven't got any to grow yet, and I'm still hoping. If those don't grow for me this year, I'll probably just get rid of those and not try again. Let's see here. Green beans, those have done well here. Again, you can continue growing some lettuces. I had several packs of lettuce, so I spread them through several months. So I can do like a rotational growing type thing. There's a little bit more corn. This is a Bantam corn from Bountiful Gardens. Now they went out of business, I think. And then squash. I have a yellow straight neck squash here. Malabar spinach. That's a good one. And then some heirloom sesame. So we're going to try that. That came to me probably last year from a viewer, and I didn't ever get to try it. But we are going to, hopefully, now that I'm a little more organized, hopefully I can make that happen. All right, so we're going to put March back. And April is a big one. All right. So if you notice too, that's just a piece of poster board that I got at the dollar store. It's 50 cents a sheet. I ended up getting 2 of these folders per sheet. So each of these folders cost me $0.25, and I just cut it out in the size needed and folded it up and set it in the box. I thought that was an easy way to keep it divided and allow me to get to it easily. So this is April. I have some of my own basil seeds. Some basil seeds that a friend gave to me. I'm going to try not to make a mess here. Some evening primrose. I think a viewer sent this to me too, and I didn't get any started. So we're going to try to get that. Organization is a big deal. If you're not organized, it's hard to get things accomplished. And that's one of the reasons in my life I haven't got some things accomplished. But we're trying. We continue to try. You guys are always giving me great ideas and support, encouragement. So we're going to keep doing. Keep moving forward, right? So this is a big month right here for different squash and cucumber. Some sunflowers. We're going to do a lot more sunflowers this year. Let's see here. What else we got? Different cucumbers, all different kinds of cucumbers. I got some Vortex French filet green bean pole beans. Again, from a viewer. Some white runner beans. It says white half runner beans. I'm not really sure. The light's terrible. Cucumbers. More beans, a whole bunch of beans. This is going to be a big month for beans and starting tomatoes. Chinese long beans. Several years in a row, back in 2013, 14, I think, I grew the yard long beans. Those are very tasty and fun to grow. I do still have seeds. And different tomatoes. So that's a few things going on for April. I have so many basil seeds. You know what I like about basil is just finding it come up in my garden every year on its own. All right. April. Put that back in there. And May. May is another big one for me here in Texas. I saw congratulations, and I was trying to figure out congratulations for what. All right, so May. That's a big one. That's a heavy month right there. Because May is that month right before it gets hot, but hey, bud, what are you doing? Are you gonna join me?
Come out, say hi.
Oh, good. Come sit down. We got a guest. Look at that. So look in the camera right here and say howdy.
Hey.
Clear your throat. Say, can you say howdy?
Howdy.
Howdy, right? Good. So Luke, I'm going through seeds. What is your favorite thing to plant?
Carrots.
Carrots. Carrots was back in February, I think. So we're going to have to do that this year. We'll probably grow carrots in our green stock again this year. You want to do that? Very nice. So in May, like I was saying, oh, they're saying, hey, Luke. Right there, you see that? Speech is so clear today. Yeah, Luke's had some pretty good days with talking, and I think starting to clear up a little bit is helping that. All right. Plus, I give Luke, just so you guys know, Luke takes a full regimen of the products that I take, including Axio, and I believe the Axio is helping him in brain clarity as well, helping him to think and focus and be able to interact a little better with us. All right, so Drake says hey. John Haffey says hey. Jason French. Food Forest Permaculture. Lots of people saying howdy, Luke. All right, so one of the things that Luke has helped me plant is flowers. And so we do have some flowers that we're going to start planting. Drake, was it not last year, but the year before, I think, helped me set up a butterfly garden. And that is maturing. It's doing okay. And I really need to get some irrigation over there to help it flourish. But it is hanging in there. I think everything she planted is still alive. I try to keep the Oyas, the clay pots, I try to keep those full in the summer. And anyway, so we'll be planting some zinnias. Those are the flowers that we had in our garden this year. These zinnia seeds came from our own plants. What are you laughing at over there? Nothing? What else do we have, Luke? Do you know what these are?
None what are those, no?
They're hot peppers. These, I believe these are the Tabasco. Yep, those are the Tabasco hot peppers. And I got a bunch of those off, not last year. Again, it was 2 years ago. Dried them out and then stored them in this little jar. This is one of the reasons my previous storing solutions never worked, is because I would put them in weird containers instead of envelopes. So I will be trying more hot peppers this year. And I have a whole bunch. All of this, these are all kinds of different varieties of hot peppers. Several of them coming from Dave Schramm in West Virginia. He grows hot peppers and has a great business going on. You can check him out on Facebook, maybe YouTube too. But anyway, so he eats hot peppers on YouTube. Yes, he does have a YouTube. But there's a few other people have sent me some hot peppers. And so there's some ghost peppers and habaneros and reapers and different things in here. I don't know about the ghost peppers. I may not grow those. I do have this ancient 800-year-old squash from Baker Creek. I have not yet grown one of those. I'm a little hesitant sometimes to try squash because of the vine borers. They really come in and ruin my day when it comes to squash. Anything with a solid vine stands a chance of living. Anything with a hollow vine stands a really high chance of not making it. So, but we do have some squash that we're going to try out. I actually even have some, what is the name of it? Mouse melon from from my buddy Rob Bob in Australia. He sent me some mouse melon a couple years ago, so I need to try that out as well. If you are looking for aquaponics ideas, do look up Rob Bob on YouTube. So we also have, you know, different basils and cantaloupe and watermelon and let's see, more cucumbers. Lots of good things going on in May. You want to tell them how you're doing, Luke?
Good.
Good. You like gardening? Yeah. What's the next month after May?
Then what's the next month?
January, February, March, April, May.
June.
June. Very good. Very good. All right, so we have a few things going on here. Jackie Horsley says, I keep my seeds in the fridge. That's probably a really good idea. I had to get an entire freezer to use for my beekeeping because the freezer, and it was given to us. Somebody gave us the freezer. The beekeeping stuff was starting to overtake the space that Mama Kirbs likes in her freezers. And I can't only imagine if I start putting seeds in the refrigerator what will happen. Okay, this is... Kate said, I get bushels of hot peppers in the bird food and the birds don't eat them. Interesting. Also, she says, I'm going to try planting vines later, vines, squash, different types of things later in the season when the borers are no longer active. I tried that a couple years and it works pretty good. It's not 100% because sometimes there's still a few out there, but planting after the borers are mostly done, that's a good idea. Ooh, nice breeze. Blowing some of that muggy air around, getting it out of here. All right, so yeah, it's about 75 degrees right now. I think it actually feels pretty good out here when the breeze comes through and blows some of that thick muggy air out. All right, so in June we're gonna try again. I might have some of these in the wrong place. This is part of the experiment. Is every year is figuring out what is the best time to do things. And as I continue to grow as a gardener, we should make this better and better. I got some buckwheat, some Asian melon, some hybrid Asian melon, some sunflowers, some fodder radish, and the fodder radish, I have radish and other things throughout the earlier part of the year, but again, spacing them out so that we can try different seasons. Hawaiian sun-kissed melons. We did grow those one year. These are collected from my own garden, and they worked out pretty well. They tend, the Hawaiian sun-kissed melon was sent from a viewer, and one of the challenges I had with that is that they seemed to not last long on the vine. So for those, I had to harvest those right away and use them right away. And then going into June, the hotter months, things like okra. I have several different okras and the black-eyed peas and things like that actually like the heat. So that's the first part of the year. You got anything you want to tell them? Nope. You good? Okay. July is empty. I actually have some different things in July, which is like my grafting knife. Oh, dropped it on my foot almost. My grafting knife and some envelopes and different things in there. You want to stay out here or go inside?
down here.
Okay. August is empty too, except for some tools. September right now is empty, but that's one that I'm reaching far. Let me just slide this over here. I don't know why I didn't think of that. September is one of those months when I could actually plant some things, but I need to figure that out as I move forward. So Karen says, what is fodder radish? It's a type of radish that people use sometimes to sow in fields where animals might be grazing. Also, one of the advantages of that radish is that it has a really long root, and it breaks up the soil, so it aerates the soil. So in the spring, you grow your radish. The animals can come through and eat that. The radish part that stays underground will rot, and will add nutrients and these soft cavities in the ground where it can expand. Whatever, it just helps the soil, helps the livestock, and plus it has a beautiful big amount of flowers for bees. So it's a really nice thing to grow if you want to increase the organic material in the soil and provide for pollinators. If you're not growing, things that livestock that's going to eat from that. So September's empty. October's pretty empty. I do have some poppy seeds that I can throw out on the ground that would come up the next year. Those are from my own poppies growing on the farm. November is empty for now as well, but that's another month where I have a chance of putting some things out for a winter garden, because here in Texas we can do September, October, November. We can plant some things and then still harvest through November, December, January, depending on the weather, of course. And then in December I just have some different things like some peach seeds. I want to, those are peaches from a local tree. In fact, these are white peaches from my buddy. His name is Harry, and he has a good number of peach trees that produce amazing fruit. Go ahead and go inside, buddy. Go inside. Go.
Need the fruit.
Go. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. So anyway, those white peaches that come off of Harry's tree are absolutely delicious and acclimated to this area, because he lives maybe 10 miles from me. And so I asked him one time, because he grows all his trees from seed. And I said, Harry, how do you grow your trees? He says, I just bury them all in compost, and whatever pops up, I plant. That's a pretty good method, I guess. All right, so that is my seed tray that I get to slide under my bed and pull out every month to see about what can I plant here on the farm. All right, we're gonna throw some of these bean bags. What else? What's going on here? Hey, did you guys see my Instagram/Facebook picture of me rock climbing with my son Espen? That was pretty fun. He's home for the Thanksgiving break, and he decided it would be fun for us to... Oh, Drake, no, the horseradish did not do well. I had some horseradish, and I had high hopes for that in the garden. I planted several areas, and they didn't grow. It was kind of sad, actually. So some people might be able to get those to work, but they didn't work in my garden. Does keeping the seeds in plastic bags cause any problems? I don't think so. Now, I generally don't seal the bags because I don't want it to be just, locked in. But I'll keep them, usually I'll keep them open. Now, I make sure that they're good and dry before I put them in plastic bags. I think that's important. Important? Goodness. Oh, look, another squirrel. Karen, it says, for being you. Aw, thanks, Karen. Did my pollinator garden do well this year? It actually did okay. Not super lush, but it's a water issue. I need to get some irrigation on that. The plants lived and they did produce some flowers, but just not as much as they should have because of the amount of water that I didn't have over there. All right. We're going to throw a stripe first, left shoulder, looking only in the camera for, let me scoot back just a little bit. Oh, way short, way short. Oh, I got this out too because I wanted you guys to know that the Life Vantage products that I use, they also have a dog formula. And so you can give the same cellular benefit. All mammals who take this product will benefit because the cells will be protected from oxidative stress. Their cells can you're going to do well for your dog to give them this product. We have one of our dogs on this. We have 6 dogs. It would take a lot of money to give all of them this. Maybe someday, but not yet. And that's one of our older dogs, and he probably should have passed a long time ago, but he's still with us. And I think this product has something to do with that. So check that out too, Life Vantage. There is a link in the description of this video, I believe, that has that on it. I think these are on sale today. You might want to check that out. Okay, so now we're throwing a star. Whew. Embarrassed. Oh my goodness. All right. Did that one go on? Oh, it did. The dog is 14, I think. And it's a Cavalier, and they generally start having a lot of problems when they get older. I think he's 14. Oh, wow. I am all over the place this morning. There we go. There's another one on the board. Did that one? That sounded like it went on. All right. Stars win. 2 on the board. Stripes only 1 on the board. Nothing in the hole today. I drop a lot of little comments here and there about the Life Vantage products because it is something that's really important to me in my life. It changed my life, literally changed my life. I was living with chronic pain. If you go back into some of my old videos, you can probably see some of that pain. I tried not to make it a big deal, but it was a big deal in my life. But now I live without that pain, and it's because of the only thing I'm doing differently, make sure I get my grammar in there correctly, is taking this product. And it does what it says it does, and that's lowering your oxidative stress, which helps lower your inflammation. And, with there's a lot of good in that. So there is a call on Tuesday nights that I host, and that call is going to just give people more information about those products, what they are, what they do. We share a little bit of the science, we share a little bit of testimony, and we just try to get the information into people's hands so they can make an informed decision about possibly adding this into their routine as well. No pushy sales, it's just information. So the call information for that on Tuesday night is in the description below. I would love for you to be there. It's not a video call. It's all just a conference call. You can get on. Nobody has to see your face. I know that we were doing it in a Zoom call, which is a video call, and people were a little bit weird about that. So this eliminates that. We changed the format. It's just a phone call. You get on, you listen, and if you want more information, you call in or email in to the information that's given to you. And yeah, it's all about you making decisions for yourself and not selling. Because when I started doing this, yes, I became a distributor. Yes, I'm going to make a little bit of money if you choose to do this, but that is not why I'm choosing to share it with you. I'm sharing it with you because it changed my life, and I want you to have that same opportunity. And that's what we're here for, right? Is to help each other. Hey, Luke, you want to try to throw a beanbag? Let's do it. Let's see. Can you get that one over there? Come here. Okay, you stand right there. You're going to throw stripes. Let me put them on the table right here. And I'm going to throw, let's get the camera so people can see. Okay, Luke's going to throw stripes. And I'm going to throw stars. Standing up, facing the board. All right, Luke, you first. Whoa, look at that. Did you say that? Oh, I don't know if I can beat that. Oh, all right, throw the next one. All right, making me feel better. All right. 2 on the board for me, 1 in the hole for you. Get your next beanbag. Whoa, in Mama's plants. Nobody saw that. Oh, man. All right, your turn. Last one. Woo! Little overzealous there. All right, last one. Let's see if I can get it in. Nope, I got 3 in the board. You got 1 in the hole. We tied. Double 5. Good job. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, you bet, Headbanger. That really is something. I really do believe that this is going to help your dog. I do. It'll help every mammal. I'm a mammal. Your dog's a mammal. We have that in common. All right. Hey, Luke. What do you think? You want to tell them thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. You guys are amazing. This is so much fun. Every week, I love to hang out with you guys and just share this time, share information, share community. Thank you for spending this time with me. We will talk to you soon, if I can even talk. I believe everyone has a story, and every story counts. Your story counts because you count. Thank you so much for being a part of my story through this video and letting me be a part of yours. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.